Here's what the make money online gurus don't want you to know. That being disciplined and having good habits is not going to make you any money, at least not alone. Because none of these things matter unless you're working on the right things. I know right now you're meditating every day, you're going to the gym consistently, you're eating clean, you're trying to work on your business, but you're making no money at all. I know all of this because this has been me for the last 4 years, but this was up until I learned an in-demand skill that companies are willing to pay for, and now I help others do the same. A little bit more on that in just a second. Now, before you click off, do not worry, I'm not going to pitch you some random business model or the best new way to make money and hop on a coaching call and I'll help you do the same. In fact, what I'm going to share with you has nothing to do with starting a business at all. I hinted at it a little bit before that right now you're working on your business, and that's exactly where you're going wrong. I think the single worst mistake that you can make in your early 20s right now is to start a business. Let me explain why. There are 3 main reasons for this. 1, you're completely broke. You have no money. It costs money to make money, and right now you have none of it. Number 2 is you're underskilled, so you don't actually know what you're doing. You basically have to test and try and experiment, which is going to take you a lot of time as well as more money, and even then you may never be able to actually figure it out. And number 3 is you have no network. You have no one to delegate tasks to. You have no one to ask advice from. You have no one to guide you if you get stuck. Everything is by yourself. And this is exactly what happened to me for the last 4 years. Since I was 19, I'm 24 years old right now. So I would say up until I was 23, I tried every business under the sun. Copywriting, SSMA, affiliate marketing, dropshipping, and I had minimal success with all of them. Not because I was dumb or because I was lazy. It was because I had none of these 3 things. I had no money to test and scale. I had no money to delegate my tasks. I had no skills, so I had nothing to actually guide me to tell me what to do, as well as I had no network who I could rely on to help me if I ever got stuck. And I know that many of you watching this right now are in the same boat. Now, I'm not telling you to never follow your passions or to start a business. What I am telling you is to only start those things when you're actually in a position to succeed. Make money first and then follow your passions later. Money allows you to follow your passions later. Now, I didn't want this video to just be doom and gloom, so I want to offer you practical advice. What I recommend you do is you learn an in-demand skill that companies are willing to pay for, and instead of offering it as a service, work within that company as an employee. So yes, what I'm trying to tell you is to get a job. Obviously, they hire them knowing that they don't know what they're doing, but they are getting paid to learn. Right now, you need to put your ego aside and realize that you're not as smart as you think you are, and you need to learn the skills first. You need to be an employee before you become a boss. I'm not trying to tell you to just get any job and suffer for the next few years. What I want to tell you is to enter the right fields and the right industries so you learn the correct skills and you're getting paid well for it. And that's the exact path that I took. The skill that I recommend you learn, which is what I learned as well, is data analytics and business intelligence. If you're interested in business and technology and want to be up to date with AI, this is the best industry to join. Right now, the gold rush is AI, but really what the gold rush isn't so much about AI. It's data, it's information. We're in a time right now where information isn't lacking. Information is too much. There's too much going on. Basically, what companies need right now is someone to go through all that data and information and make recommendations, pull insights from that data so that they know what's the best course of action. Obviously, with AI on the rise, you can use AI to help you to take out and extract insights from that raw data. These companies need someone to go through this data so that these businesses can make informed decisions, and that can be you. The best part of this field is that you don't need extensive experience. You don't need an education. All you need is your skills to be just good enough so that companies are willing to take a chance on you. If you've never heard of this field before or you feel overwhelmed with what I'm saying, do not worry, because I was in the same boat just 18 months ago. I put everything that I learned over this last 18 months so that you can skip this trial and error phase and get exactly what you need to know. If anything I have just mentioned intrigues you at all, I've put together a roadmap that that is linked in the description of this video. All that I am saying is please do not fall for this 9 to 5 trap. What's more of a trap is doom scrolling on TikTok, seeing all of these different business models. Right now, AI and the business intelligence fields are exploding, and roles like business analyst, data analyst, and financial analyst are booming. If you don't believe me, according to the US Labor Bureau of Statistics, they mentioned that this field is only set to grow over the next 10 years by 36%. So you're setting yourself up for future job security should you want to stay in this field. And better yet, entry level, you are making 50 to 80K right out the gate with only room to grow, which means hypothetically, if you still live with your parents, or if you live away from your parents and you move back in, after a year or two, you could be leaving the house with 50 to 100K in cold hard cash. And at that point, if you want to leave your job, now start a business with that money. With 50 to 80K, now you can do some shit. Now you can actually do what you want to do. Most importantly, in these industries, you are learning up-to-date transferable skills. So if you were to leave these companies and try to do your own thing, you can offer it as a service. You can offer it as a freelance service to other companies. And now these companies, when you pitch them an offer, you actually have experience under your belt. So when they ask, why should they work with you? You're not just stuttering and stammering and say, I watched a few videos online. Getting a job requires zero upfront capital. Starting a business does. You're getting paid to learn. I can't think of something that's better when you're young and you're broke. If you're curious, if you want to learn the skills you need to land a job, or you don't even know how to go about learning them, you don't know how to network for a job, or really use LinkedIn the right way to get recruiters to come to you, do not worry. I have gone through that hard and atrocious process so that you don't have to, and I've put everything together in an easy to follow roadmap, again, linked down below. This is the exact age where you should be stacking cash, learning skills, and leveling up, not chasing some trends that are gonna die out in a couple of weeks. That is how you waste all of your 20s, by chasing trends. These next few years will either set you free or keeping you broke, hopping from scheme to scheme. Again, if you want to skip all of that guesswork, the link is located down below. As always, I wish you all the utmost success because there's plenty for all of us.